As a segue to what the PS has said, we'll just jump right into alternative mental wellness supports initiatives. This is like the Triple L, which is the lunch, laugh, and learn. And with us, we have Anne, who is a pioneer and a champion of the model. Practiced, tried, and tested. She will give us a brief overview of what Triple L is, how it's done, its impact, and its supports in the community.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Anne, and I will discuss about the Triple L module. Like we've said, it means lunch, laugh, and learn. It was created to provide a safe and supportive space for the diaspora community where we come together, we uplift each other, we boost positivity and share challenges without being judged. It's also in this space where we celebrate each other's happy moments, milestones, whether big or small. This concept, it's simple but powerful because we meet over coffee or meals in a relaxed, informal setup whereby we uplift each other, connect, and encourage one another. And it's in this space where we are able to ensure everyone feels they belong, and it's affordable because it can be as minimum as R1, that is a cup of karak. And through these gatherings, we've seen people encouraged, we've seen people supported, and we've seen people heal. We've had a privilege of going through with people who have tough times, and we see them heal and overcome the challenges through the team support. So we are looking forward to have this implemented in the workplaces, in the communities, and also globally. Thank you.
As part of support, Treffen House has given us this room and this space where you can bring your friends, you can bring your colleagues, and sit down and have a cup of tea. So Anne, would you just let us know how people can incorporate this in their accommodations, in their places of work, or even within the community as a group of friends? How can they put this into practice?
Okay, actually, I'm piloting it with my colleagues. And how we do it, we just call each other over a cup of karak, and it's during the setup we laugh out, share if there's one who is going through rough moment, they vent out, and also ensure when one of us has been promoted or they have happy moments, we share out. And we've seen some of us who have been in their low moments heal and overcome, and sure, it can be done.
Thank you. So Triple L is more of an informal way to sit down and have a chat and have a conversation with a group of friends in a safe space. Then I will pass it on to Arije, a life coach. Mental wellness doesn't have to go to the extremes. We want to catch this before it actually becomes a crisis. So could you tell us about first aid in mental wellness, like mental wellness first aid, and how Triple L is a form of wellness first aid?
Thank you for the question, and thank you for the opportunity to be here. I'm really honored to be here among you. I'm Arije, NLP and life coach. Actually, when we talk about mental wellness first aid, we talk about mental health, which is priority right now in Qatar and among the region. Same as we talk about physical first aid, mental wellness first aid is really important and compulsory among people and among the community, because it gives space for people to have someone to listen to them. Same as we spoke about the body program, it will implement the strategies, and people will have the first at least idea about what are the things that might be faced by people, like stress, anxiety, depression, those things that people face, even the caregivers. I'm not only talking about professionals, even the caregivers and people among us, they might feel or have those symptoms, but the fear and the shame of speaking up and talking or being judged by people prevents them from being open up and talking. So that's why if we start teaching people among us or friends, having someone to listen to us without be judging us, is something really important. First of all, it's gonna create safe space, as you said earlier. It's gonna provide an ear to listen carefully and without judging and clearly, someone to support you or to recommend whether you need someone needs professional help or just to sort it out in as first step before moving to other alternative steps. So that's why when we talk about the mental wellness first aid, it's gonna help people know about those issues and those problems and how to sort them out on the first level, because we still have levels. But at least if we notice people among us and they have someone to talk to, someone to share their problems with, it's gonna be really helpful.
Well, it's amazing to know that you can talk to your friends. It's okay to not be okay. And before it becomes a crisis, or even just as a preventative measure, you can have somebody whom you can talk to. And Arije has introduced a very lovely concept, which is the buddy concept. On top of the triple L, before we get clinical, before we get to the healthcare and medical intervention, buddy programs are also some of the ways you can have a friend to chat with, you can have somebody to support you. So Ms. Ponam will take us through who a buddy is, what a buddy program is, and how it's of support in the community to promote mental wellness.
Thanks, Joy. I'm Ponam. I'm a clinical psychologist and counselor. As we are talking about triple L and first aid, so this is the process when the people are actually facing the situations and they cannot find out where they should go. So the buddy, a person who is around you, is observing you, is ready to listen you, and he is showing up to you to communicate and creating a safe space for you. The buddy program is that we just launched this program last Thursday, and this program helps the people, those who are willingly coming to the society to serve for the wellness. And it's a beautiful plan where these people are just ordinary human beings. They are not professional, they are not therapists or a psychologist or kind of NLP coaches. So it's wonderfully, we people, like we are going to get some training and we are going to give them training to how they can identify the early symptoms of mental health. Where the stress comes, there are the symptoms of stress, anxiety, depression, how they can find out these things. The very small cues which they will be able to understand, and they will reach out to the people and make the safe space to the person to reach out to them. So this is in between, we can say, to get the big step, they have the small step in between. The buddy program is the middle program, we can say. And it's easy to reach out to everyone. We cannot reach out to everyone, but the community member or buddy person means lots of buddy can reach out to many people.
Thank you, Ponam. As she has mentioned, a buddy is not a trained professional. They are not not necessarily a medical practitioner. So just to keep everybody safe, to keep both the buddy and the people whom they are supporting safe, there has to be a supervision, there has to be a supervisory mechanism set in place. So Trish will take us through the supervision and the measures that are put in place just to keep everybody protected.
Yeah. Thank you. I want to echo everybody else that thank you for having this platform, inviting us on and sharing where we are at with everything. So I'm Trish Bedford, I'm an art psychotherapist, and through my training and through my profession, we have supervision established. And it's a space where it sounds like a hierarchy space, but it's not, and it shouldn't be. Because it's a space where you humanize how you're supporting somebody else. And you humanize your response to that support, whether it's you have a very specific response because you connect to it, something's happened the same to you, you're struggling, you're crossing boundaries, all these things that we really need to be mindful of when we're going into this space of, having a different head on when we're looking after people. So we've got a very structured training. And that will expand, and we've had different people working on that, Bad Chandra and Ehab, who are really thinking about how we structure it. And alongside that, the supervision, and maybe we'll find another word for it, it's a reflective space. So for example, it could be a group of us like this. We come in, we've done the training. We would like to establish it through the training so that people get used to the space. And so we meet maybe once a week, depending on how we think it goes. And this is actually the feedback. We're building it as we go. So imagine coming, you've all been trained, and you're starting to implement this in your different places. And you come and we sit. So as an art psychotherapist, I know that when we were speaking about music, and we've got to remember that we don't have enough words for how we feel, and we don't always understand. It can be really confusing. So I would bring creativity in, I would bring other ways of doing it, because we can hide behind words, we can filter things, and it can be disarming to use creativity in other ways to communicate, and it can help us normalize because we visually see rather than using other ways. So we'd gather, maybe we'd just check in, and then share a bit about how it's going for you. So these spaces with supervision, the way I supervise art therapists, is I encourage people to bring the whole self. Don't pretend that you've done something if you haven't. Don't pretend, come here and say, I did this, I'm not really sure if that was right. Okay? Be human. We're not here to be perfect. That's the worst thing we can do, is sit there and try and be perfect. So share what you've done. We reflect together. We take it, and think about, was that something that was great to do? How did that feel for you? Because we need to check in how you're doing. And just keep building this so that it's something that you continue to do. So we will guide people for a certain amount of time. The idea is this is established, and it's not a hierarchy. No one's feeding back. No one's reporting. We might feed back if something needs shifting in the training, that maybe we need to implement some more training in somewhere where people are struggling. But the idea of supervision is just to hold the space for those people doing the work, to let them not feel alone, to let them say, I'm really stuck, or wow, this went really well. And just keep always thinking. The minute you think that you know everything is when we worry. That's a concern. To sit there and say, I don't really know, is a starting point. So that's what the supervision part is for, to help, to keep holding people, to keep learning, and connecting, because it's quite an isolating thing to do the training. You go off to do it on your own. We need to keep that connection going as we're going up. And I think as, mental health professionals, we know how that goes. So I always honor my supervision space and honor that I hold it for other art therapists. So that's my little passion, really. So thank you for bringing that into the topic today and embedding it within the training.
Wow, that's amazing. You normally hear the therapists say that a therapist also has their own therapist. So it's just holding hands and moving together so that one is not left behind, or you do not drown as you're trying to save somebody else. Just to add on that, because we have said buddies are just informally trained, or when we have the triple L, it's very informal. But we do appreciate the fact that mental wellness can sometimes be a bit critical, or it can go beyond what we can do with a chat, or we can do with a cup of coffee that would require maybe healthcare intervention. So Dr.Lucy, could you please let us know how a buddy, or within the triple L model, how can we connect to the healthcare system?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. Thank you, my fellow panelists. So for me, I look at it in terms of the mental health is in the community first. Before it even lands within the hospital, it starts from the community. So I find the triple L model very empowering for informal setups, and the buddy system is very encouraging because you'll be able to pinpoint some key signs that maybe by the time it's landing to me, it will already have progressed to a crisis. So for us in the medical field, we say that by the time it's landing as an emergency for me, it has already been, it's already been occurring in the community. Mm-hmm. So as Ponam had mentioned, there's going to be a stopgap between the person who's having a mental health issue, who is the buddy, and then the buddy can be able to link the person to proper healthcare. That could be twofold. It could be in terms of medical treatment, and it could also be in terms of psychological support. Those are both professional ways of dealing with mental health. So for us as medical professionals, the way we for most of us, how mental health is presenting to us, it could come in terms of a mental health disorder that has been ongoing, or it could come in terms of a mental health crisis. So majority of the cases I have handled tend to be crises. So we're trying to see if we can link the community to care before it gets to the crisis. Someone comes in acute grief, they come in an anxiety, panic attack, they come in self-harm, something like that. So before we get to that extreme, how can we link them to care earlier than that? And the buddy program comes in very well here, and all these other interventions that we've talked about. You can sort of like think, when I look at it, the people in the community are the people interacting with the person. So they're able to approach the person, they're able to listen to the person, they're able to give their support up to the level that they can, and then they can encourage them to take the extra step, and they can even bring them to the hospital. If someone is feeling uncertain, they'll be like, why don't I take you to see so-and-so? Or why don't we call this person and make an appointment? And then you come in when you're not already in crisis. So for us, we're able now to pick it up from there and decide, is this a medical case or is it a counseling case? And then if there's something in terms of the treatment, there are protocols that we will follow. If there is, stepping up in terms of your treatment plan or stepping you down, then now if someone is already stable, then we can step them down and then have them off the medication. So medication is actually the last step. So all these other interventions are what we encourage, especially in terms of the medical aspect. The coping mechanisms that the people are having, those are things that maybe someone in the community would be able to pick up. For example, someone who is having, let's say, alcohol as a coping mechanism, you'd be able to, the person living with you will be able to pick it up even before you land in the hospital. So it's something just that simple. You would be able to get the support from the community. The community is able to filter down who needs more support. And then by the time we come in, it's only at the level where all the other interventions have not exactly not worked, but they need an extra step. That's where we come in now.
And on top of the robust community support, there is also support from the government, with the Ministry of Labor, with the Ministry of Public Health, with the hotline 16000
yes,
that people can get support, and also for the triple L model. It's not only before, even after. Sometimes there's a chance you may have gone through a crisis or gone through a mental wellness crisis. Then after that, you need people to walk the road with you.
Yeah.
So after the journey as well, you can just sit and have a chat just to maintain all of that. So if the floor is open to anybody who has anything extra to add or any contributions to add on top of that.
I would like to add on. As Dr. Lillian said, they will get the filter with the community. As we started this buddy program, lots of people will get the early support, which is most important to getting the things more exaggerated in a severe range, which the doctors and medical teams are facing, and the family and society also face. Lots of things get suffer around these people. So it's better to get in the early intervention and the right support system. It's just a connection. People are scrolling their mobile and just having time over there. If we will meet, sitting together, sipping some chai or karak, so that makes sense. We are connecting. We are making connection. Every human being like the connection, the communication, to be listened, to be speak out. So this is the way where we can have the lots of activities, lots of trainings, workshops where the people will come together and they will know this is the safe place where they can express themselves if they are going through or they are seeing somebody around them. So they can address these things. So it's a beautifully you said that there is a big, serious cases are coming where the lack of chances to reconcile them on a lower basis. They need medicine or the therapies. It's better way. Being a community, being a society responsibility, we can connect with them. So I'm really happy to be part of this, and the other government agencies also part of this.
I'd like to add that we've had some testimonies, I'd call it, from people who've come to a couple of our community events. And you never know. You never know, any of us, when a word will hurt or help. We don't know which interaction is going to support someone or break someone down. And I think that's where we have to be really mindful. And we've had some really beautiful but also really painful testimonies where we've learned how desperately needed that space was. Even if it was just coming, they don't know anybody, they've maybe seen somebody, we've talked about something that makes them feel, oh my gosh, I was holding all that thinking I was the only one. And now somebody's allowed me to actually seek some support, and they've gone and spoken to a community member or someone like that. And then things have not maybe solved, but it doesn't feel so heavy. And I think we really have to acknowledge, you said that early on, that loneliness is one of the biggest things here. And nobody can escape that. We never know when it's going to come. We don't know how it's going to feel. And I think that's what this space is for, is to catch us, any one of us. And it doesn't mean just in the community. We are working, and we would love to have this for, the directors. It's for everybody. And I think that's the problem is, when you talk about mental health, some people switch off and say, well, that's not me. And it's, well, aren't we all human?
Yeah.
Do we have a brain, a heart, relationships? Then mental health is definitely important. And what we learn for ourselves, even if you're not going through it, this is why I think it should be started from kindergarten, is because you never know when you need to support somebody else. And crisis, even if you've had the training, can really knock you. Really can, And so having this more into the community, more accessible, taking that stigma out that we talk about, and making people feel it's okay to just check in, not necessarily ask for help, but also check in with somebody. So it might be the other way.
Right.
How are you? Hey, I've just noticed you're feeling a bit low. If you need anything, I'm here. Sometimes that's all you need.
Right.
So, yeah.
Thank you. Show us. You have something?
My parting shot will be the triple L. I've seen it work well at the workplace, where colleagues, their morale is boosted, sick leaves have reduced, and the sick leave have reduced, and we find them who have been isolated, they feel that they belong to a family, and also we detect at early stages where the signs of stress, depression, and we are able to escalate it for those people to get help. So it's a good model.
So as Trish has said, you might find yourself on either side, as a caregiver or one needing help. So this is just to let you know that there are open spaces. There's a platform for you, and it's okay to not be okay. There are people who are willing to listen. There are spaces that are open for you to share, and the conversation shouldn't be difficult to have. It is okay to not be okay. So come and join us, have a cup of coffee, have a cup of chai. Sometimes you can even go all out and have food. But all in all, it's just to maintain the connection, to open the conversation, and just to give everybody a chance to speak, everybody a chance to just vent out, or just to come and laugh together. It doesn't have to be we are in crisis or we have any problem. We can just sit and chat, maintain that human connection, because that's what we were built for. So on behalf of everybody on the panel, Trish, Arije, Ponam, Dr.Lucy, Anne, and the PS, we are really grateful for all the work that you have done, for the information that you have delivered to us, and even for the team that is outside and everybody who's participated in this. For Treffen House, we are really grateful. And for everybody, all our audiences, know that the place is open. Come and have your coffee, subsidized rates, and let's just keep our mental wellness on check. Thank you.